My name is Roy. I am 39 years old, and looking at you right now, looking at the choices you are making, it doesn't just make me angry, it hurts me. It physically pains me to see so many of you voluntarily signing up for torture, because that is what most of you are doing. You are calling it a long-distance relationship, but let's call it what it really is for 90% of you. You are hugging a ghost. You are falling in love with a pixelated image on a screen while your bed is cold and your heart is empty. You are walking around with a phone glued to your hand, terrifyingly anxious every time it buzzes and devastated every time it doesn't. You are living your life on a delay. You are living for a future that might never happen while your present moment slips through your fingers like sand. And the worst part? You think this is noble. You think suffering like this is romantic. You think that starving yourself of physical touch and actual presence is some kind of badge of honor that proves how deep your love is. It is not. It is negligence. You are neglecting your own needs, and you are terrified to admit it, because admitting it means you might have to let go of the fantasy. So listen to me. If you are in a long-distance relationship, or if you are foolish enough to be considering starting one, you need to wake up right now. I am going to give you the keys to actually making this work, but I am going to be brutal with you. I am not going to sugarcoat this, because the only way you survive the fire is if you know how hot it burns. But before I drag you through the mud of reality, I need you to do something for me. I need you to hit the like button. I need you to subscribe, and I need you to comment down below right now. Tell me where you are watching from. Tell me how many miles are between you and the person you claim to love. Put it in the comments. Let's see the distance. Let's see the gap you are trying to bridge with nothing but hope and weak Wi-Fi signals. Do it now. Now, let me get this out of the way immediately. I am not a fan of long-distance relationships. I hate them. I think they're a recipe for misery. I think humans were designed to be together. We are sensory creatures. We need touch, we need smell, we need to see the micro expressions on a person's face that don't come through on a FaceTime call. When you strip all of that away, you are left with a shadow of a relationship. So I don't advocate for them. If you can be in the same city, be in the same city. If you can move, move. But I know life isn't that simple. I know some of you are soldiers, some of you are students. Some of you met online and fell in love before you ever met in person. I get it. I am not saying it can't work. I am saying the odds are stacked against you so high that you can't even see the top of the mountain. But I have seen people climb it. I have seen couples survive the distance and come out stronger. But they didn't do it by accident. They didn't do it by just loving each other so much. Love is not enough here. You need strategy. You need discipline, and you need a level of maturity that most of you simply do not have yet. So if you want to be the exception, if you want to be the one couple that actually makes it to the finish line without cheating, without resentment, and without wasting 5 years of your life, you need to listen to these 5 keys, and you need to take them seriously. Key number 1, communication must be your priority, but not in the way you think. Most of you think communication just means talking. You think it means texting good morning and good night. You think it means sending a meme on Instagram. That is not communication. That is noise. That is just proving you are still alive. When I say communication must be a priority, I am talking about the brutal, uncomfortable honesty regarding what you need to feel safe. This is where the pain comes in. I see so many of you suffering in silence. You were sitting there, staring at your phone, waiting for him to call. It's 9 p.m. You haven't heard from him since noon. Your stomach is in knots. Your mind is racing. Is he bored of me? Is he with someone else? Did something happen? And then finally, at 11 p.m., he texts you, "Hey babe, tired, going to sleep." And what do? You swallow your rage, you swallow your pain, and you type back, "Okay, baby, sleep well, love you." You are lying. You were lying to him and you were lying to yourself. You were not okay. You were anxious. You were hurt. You feel neglected.
but you don't say anything because you don't want to be needy. You don't want to be that girl or that guy who complains. You are terrified that if you ask for more, he will leave. So you starve. This has to stop. In a long-distance relationship, you do not have the luxury of body language. He cannot see you pouting. He cannot see you crying in the bathroom. He cannot feel the coldness in the room when he walks in. All he has are your words. If your words are false, the relationship is false. You have to sit down virtually and you have to have the hard conversation about maintenance levels. You have to say, listen to me. I know you are busy. I know you have a life, but I am a human being with anxiety. If I don't hear from you for 12 hours, I don't feel loved. I feel abandoned. I need a check-in. I need 5 minutes on the phone before bed, not a text, a voice. And you have to see how they react. If they dismiss you, if they call you crazy, if they say you are asking for too much, then guess what? You have your answer. They are not capable of loving you from a distance. Pack it up, go home, cry now so you don't have to cry for the next 10 years. But if they love you, they will listen. Because here is the secret. The things that make you feel secure might be completely different from what makes them feel secure. Maybe he doesn't need to talk every day. Maybe he is fine going 2 days without a call because he is focused on his mission. He assumes you are the same. He isn't ignoring you, he is projecting his own low-maintenance needs onto you. Unless you speak up, unless you scream your needs into the void, he will never know, and you will build resentment. Resentment is the cancer of long-distance relationships. It grows in the silence. It grows every time you type, "I'm fine," when you are actually falling apart. So key number 1 is aggressive honesty about your emotional needs, not just your wants, your needs. What do you need to sleep at night? What do you need to feel like you are not single? Define it, demand it, and if they can't give it, leave. Key number 2, you must create structure. You cannot freestyle a long-distance relationship. You cannot just go with the flow. The flow will take you straight to a breakup. The flow is chaos. The flow is you sitting by the phone on a Friday night, dressed up, waiting for a FaceTime date that he forgot about because he went out for a drink with his coworkers. The pain of being forgotten is a specific kind of agony. It makes you feel small. It makes you feel like an option. And in long distance, it is so easy to forget. Not because they don't love you, but because you are not there. You are not in their face. You are an app on their phone, and it is very easy to close an app when life gets busy.
So you need structure. You need a schedule. It sounds unromantic, I know. You want it to be spontaneous and magical. Grow up. Magic doesn't keep a relationship alive across 3,000 miles. Discipline does. You need to agree. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m., we are on video. No excuses, no I'm tired, no my friends are here. This is our time. Why is this so important? Because it removes the anxiety of the wait. If I know I am going to talk to you on Tuesday, I don't have to panic on Monday when you are quiet. I can live my life. I can focus on my work. I can go to the gym because I know the payoff is coming. I know my fix is scheduled. Without structure, you are in a constant state of low-level panic. You are always wondering, will we talk today? Should I call him? Will I annoy him? Why hasn't he called me? It is exhausting. It drains your battery. You cannot live like that for months on end. You will burn out. And listen to me, structure also means respecting each other's time when you aren't talking. I had a friend, he was dating a girl in London. He was in New York. The time difference was killing them. She would call him when he was at work. He would call her when she was asleep. They were constantly missing each other, constantly frustrated. Why don't you pick up? Do you not care? No, he cares. He's just in a meeting. They almost broke up because they were trying to force conversation into spaces where it didn't fit. They had to sit down and build a calendar, literally. These are my work hours. Do not call me. These are my sleep hours. Do not expect a text. These are our hours. This is where we live. Once they did that, the anger vanished. The accusations vanished because they built a container for the relationship to live in. If you don't build a container, your love spills out all over the floor and evaporates. Key number 3, be spontaneous. Now, I know I just spent 5 minutes yelling at you about structure, but here is the paradox. Structure keeps the relationship alive, but spontaneity keeps the spark alive.
If every conversation is just a scheduled business meeting, how is your day? Good. How is yours? Good. Okay, love you, bye. You are going to get bored. You are going to drift. Boredom is just as dangerous as anxiety. When you are in person, spontaneity happens naturally. You walk past a restaurant and decide to go in. You see a movie poster and buy tickets. You grab their butt when they are cooking dinner. You can't do that from a distance, so you have to manufacture spontaneity. And this takes effort. This is where most of you get lazy. You stop trying. You think, well, I called her, isn't that enough? No, it is not enough. Send a surprise gift. It doesn't have to be expensive. Order her favorite food to her house on a random Tuesday. Send him a handwritten letter. Who writes letters anymore? Nobody. That's why it works. That's why it hits different. Send a video message during the day, not a text, a video. Let them see your face. Let them hear your voice when they aren't expecting it. And for the love of God, keep the intimacy alive. I am talking about sexual intimacy. Yes, it's awkward. Yes, phone sex or video sex can feel silly at first. Get over it. You are adults. You have needs. If you completely shut down that part of your relationship because of the distance, you are just friends. You are pen pals. I get so angry when I hear couples say, oh, we just don't do that stuff on the phone. We wait until we see each other. And you see each other twice a year? Are you kidding me? You are starving your partner. And when you starve someone, they get hungry. And when they get hungry and there's a buffet right in front of them in their own city, well, you do the math. I am not saying cheating is okay. I am saying it happens when needs are ignored for too long. So break the routine, surprise them, wake them up with a call, keep them on their toes. Remind them that you are a dynamic, exciting human being, not just a task on their calendar. Key number 4, have a plan. A real, concrete, endgame plan.
This is the one that destroys people. This is the one that makes me want to shake you by the shoulders until your teeth rattle. A long-distance relationship cannot be permanent. It is a temporary state. It is a bridge. A bridge has to lead somewhere. If you build a bridge to nowhere, you just fall into the ocean and drown. I need you to ask yourself and ask your partner the hard question, the question you have been avoiding because you are scared of the answer. When does this end? Who is moving? When are they moving? If you cannot answer these questions, you are not in a relationship. You are in a delusion. I see women waiting 3, 4, 5 years for a man who has no intention of moving. He says, yeah, babe, one day, just waiting for things to settle down at work, just waiting for the right time. He is lying. There is never a right time. There is only made time. If you have been long distance for 2 years and there is no flight booked, no visa application submitted, no job interview scheduled in the other city, you need to get angry. You need to look at that screen and say, I am not doing this forever. You need a date. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It can be a year from now, but it has to be a date. In June 2027, we are closing the distance. Why? Because that date is your lighthouse. When things get hard, when you're lonely, when you are crying in your pillow because you miss them so much it hurts, you can look at that date and say, we just have to make it to June. We just have to make it to June. If there is no June, there is no hope. And without hope, the distance will crush you. And you have to discuss the logistics. Who is sacrificing? Because someone has to sacrifice. Someone has to leave their family. Someone has to leave their friends. Someone has to leave their job. It is not fair. It will never be fair, but it has to be done. If neither of you is willing to move, if you are digging your heels in about your career in New York and he is digging his heels in about his family in London, then break up right now. Save yourself the pain. Seriously, end the video, call them, and break up, because love does not conquer geography if stubbornness is in the way. One of you has to jump. If you aren't talking about who is jumping, you are just standing on the edge of the cliff holding hands, waiting to fall. Key number 5, define all boundaries. This is where the trust issues come in. This is where the toxicity breeds. When you are in the same city, boundaries are easier to enforce because you are there. You see them, you know their friends, you know where they are. When you are 3,000 miles away, you are blind. You have to operate on blind faith, and blind faith is terrifying.
You need to have the uncomfortable conversation about what is appropriate. And this is going to be different for every couple, but you have to agree on it. Is it okay to go to a club with single friends until 4 a.m.? Is it okay to have a work husband or work wife that you go to lunch with every day? Is it okay to not answer the phone for 24 hours? You cannot assume they know your boundaries. You assume that because you wouldn't do it, they won't do it. That is a fatal mistake. Let me paint you a picture. Your boyfriend goes out with the boys. He tells you, don't worry, babe, it's just the guys. He goes to a bar, he has a few drinks. A girl approaches him. She's cute, she's there. You are not. You are a pixel. She is flesh and blood. He doesn't plan to cheat, but he's drunk, he's lonely, he misses intimacy, and he thinks she'll never know.
This happens every single weekend. It is happening right now. The only way to protect against this is to set boundaries before the alcohol touches his lips. If you go out, I expect a text when you get home. I am not comfortable with you going to strip clubs. I am not comfortable with you hanging out one-on-one with that ex-girlfriend. And listen to me. If you state a boundary and they cross it, there have to be consequences. Oh, but I don't want to be controlling. Stop it. Stop being weak. It is not controlling to protect your heart. It is not controlling to demand respect. If telling your partner, please don't put yourself in situations where cheating is easy, makes you controlling, then be controlling. Own it, because the alternative is being a victim. And this goes both ways. You have to live your life as if they are standing right next to you. If you wouldn't flirt with that guy at the coffee shop if your boyfriend was holding your hand, don't flirt with him just because your boyfriend is in another time zone. Integrity is what you do when no one is watching. If you start living a single life in your city, acting single, dressing for attention from others, entertaining conversations you shouldn't, you are already checking out. You are preparing the landing pad for the breakup. Be honest with yourself. If you need that attention from other people because you aren't getting it from your partner, tell your partner. Don't cheat. Don't micro-cheat. Fix the hole in the relationship or end the relationship. Now I want to talk to the people who are currently struggling. I want to talk to the person who is listening to this and feeling a knot in their chest because they realize they are failing. Maybe you realized you don't have a plan. Maybe you realized you have been accepting crumbs of communication. Maybe you realized you were just scared to be alone. It is okay to be scared. The distance is scary. It is unnatural. But you have a choice to make today. You can continue as you are, drifting, anxious, resentful, slowly watching the love die a painful death. Or you can take control. You can call your partner today, not tomorrow, today, and say, we need to talk. Not a fight, a strategy session. I love you, but this isn't working the way it is right now. I need more. I need structure. I need a plan. I need to know when we are going to be together. If they love you, they will meet you there. They might be scared too. They might be relieved that you finally said it. They might be waiting for someone to take the lead. But if they pull away, if they say you're too much pressure, if they refuse to give you a date, then you need to love yourself enough to walk away. And that is the most painful part of all. Walking away from someone you love, not because the love died, but because the logistics made it impossible. It is a tragedy. I know it hurts. It feels like tearing off a limb. But it is better to tear off a limb and heal than to let the infection spread until it kills you. Do not waste your youth waiting for a train that is never coming. Do not waste your pretty years, your handsome years, staring at a screen. I love you, but this isn't working the way it is right now. I need more. I need structure. I need a plan. I need to know when we are going to be together. If they love you, they will meet you there. They might be scared too. They might be relieved that you finally said it. They might be waiting for someone to take the lead. But if they pull away, if they say you're too much pressure, if they refuse to give you a date,
then you need to love yourself enough to walk away. And that is the most painful part of all. Walking away from someone you love, not because the love died, but because the logistics made it impossible. It is a tragedy. I know it hurts. It feels like tearing off a limb. But it is better to tear off a limb and heal than to let the infection spread until it kills you. Do not waste your youth waiting for a train that is never coming. Do not waste your pretty years, your handsome years, staring at a screen waiting for a text message that says K. You deserve presence. You deserve warmth. You deserve someone who can hold your hand when you are crying, not just send a sad face emoji. If long distance is the path you must take to get there, then take it. But run. Do not walk. Sprint across that bridge. Get to the other side. Do not set up camp on the bridge. The bridge is not a home. So here's my challenge to you. Evaluate your relationship tonight. Look at it under a microscope. Is the communication real? Is there structure? Is there spontaneity? Is there a plan? Are the boundaries clear? If you check all 5 boxes, then keep going. You are the warriors. You are the rare few who will make it. And when you finally close that distance, when you finally wake up next to them every single day, it will be the sweetest victory of your life. But if you are missing these keys, if you are failing, fix it or end it. Those are your only options. There is no middle ground. The middle ground is purgatory, and I don't want you living in purgatory. I want you to be happy. I want you to be loved, truly loved. If this video woke you up, if it made you angry, if it made you cry, good. That means you are still alive. Use that energy. Change your life. Like this video, share it with your long-distance partner. See how they react. That will tell you everything you need to know. Subscribe to the channel because I am going to keep telling you the truth, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. I am Roy. This is the reality check you needed. Leave a comment below. Tell me your plan. Tell me your date. I want to see it. Thanks for watching. Now go fix your relationship or go find a real one.